Dragons, dragons, dragons. That seems to be the theme of the Moonwood and where I have ended up in the spine of the world. This is a remote place where civilization does not exist. Orcs, trolls, ogres, giants, and dragons rule here, and in a hierarchy that is reverse of that. The Uthgardt used to live here, but were driven out recently. I do not see Mogrim, Erebeth, or the Creator Race having much sway here either. There may be a word of power with the great red dragon Clouth, but other than that, the enemy that I seek to destroy, the enemy of Neverwinter, has no power in this region as far as I've seen. At first I thought that perhaps that Clouth and his fire giants might be working for the Creator Race, but I've seen no evidence of that so far. If they had been, I doubt that they would be here, and rather they'd be on the battlefield fighting against the Lord's Alliance. Thankfully, that is not the case. So I delve deeper and deeper into a wildland in order to find this last word of power. After I attain it, who knows where we go, but I do know that this word of power is important to our cause. Our cause. One thing I didn't foresee happening until somewhat recently. My fight is the same as the ones I work for, namely Neverwinter. All because I see the threat of the Creator Race, the old ones who would, if they should win, completely upend the world as we know it and enslave everyone who survives. In a way, I am not even disguising myself anymore, because no one would care, because times are that desperate, and because if we should lose. So I find myself in common cause with a faraway land that I never even heard of before, and if I had, it wasn't important enough to recall. Ultimately, I serve the Dark Lady, and she would have me be exactly where I am now in that service. The Creator Race cannot win, and I am confident that they will not, largely due to my efforts in thwarting them. Here in the very hot caverns of the Fire Giants, hopefully, I will achieve a major victory over them once I get my hands on the final word of power. But I will have to deal with Clouth first to achieve that. We are continuing to search through the fire giant lair. Arrgh. Alright, enough. Gonna make a hallway full of traps. Unidentified arrow, vampire arrows. Alright, good place to use that spell. Hopefully it's reached this far. 88 gold. Sapphire. Nah, apparently not this far. How many more chests are there? Just this one. 110 gold, Phantasmal Killer, Mage Scroll. Maybe this is an area of some importance if we're running into traps all along the floor. Slad. What are Slad doing here? Time to start killing Grimno. Here it is. I saw you casting spells. Another one. Yeah, normally you're attacking when you say that. Ah. Barely see this one. Kill that one over there. Finally. Alright, there you are. I just push him a foot into the lava. Is there more? Ah. There's a fire giant on this side of that gate. Ah. There's one right here. This is a tough one. And heals itself. Got him. Slad's tongue. Alright, dire wolf. Let's see. What can I give him? Healer's kit. Alright. Good as new. Or better be. So, we've got caves, a series of caves all along here. I don't think I could keep going there. Down there, it was blocked. One of these must lead to the red dragon that I'm looking for. Cloth. Cave right here. By the Dark Lady, it's hot in here. Fitting for a place for a red dragon, I suppose. Keep going down. Alright, the first of the caves. Let's try it. It's hot down here, but not, like, above. Bit of a relief. Ugh, I spoke too soon. Alright, more slad then. These things are just irritating. Feel the chill. Wouldn't be so bad. A criminal got right in there. These are summoned. You. More slad. Come on, take this one out. You're wasting your time, Grimno. Ah. Finally. Not this one. This one over here. Ah! Can't move, I'm dazed. Oh, that is bad. It's still dazed. A bad situation. At least I was able to get out of there. He was performing very well until that really powerful spell was cast, so...
To be torn from the embrace.
I'm not gonna blame you. Not like your Tommy who dies over and over again. Just trying to get through one dungeon. Let's rest, return to it. It was a difficult battle. Okay, we are back. There's a Death Lord Slad over there. Let's finish this one. It's dead. Ah. These are not weak enemies.
Death comes for us all!
Phew. You have a lot of health, Grimno. I'm thankful I've been saving these. Alright, what did it have on them? What did it have on them? A ritual book. How many of these books have I read? Process of capturing a dragon's essence within a dragon sphere. Yeah, we've read through this. Ritual is most effective when used upon a newly hatched worm whose growth has been accelerated. Okay. Probably should go over that again before casting these spells. We confront Klauth. Black armor. Leather. Probably not something that I'd want. I have one of the ritual books, do I not? Yes. Alright. Prolong the life of Mighty Klauth by using a beast whose mind is still empty and pure for accelerated growth. A creature to be absorbed must be lured or trapped within the center of the ritual room, and the dragon sphere must be placed upon the pedestal. The dragon's body will be instantly consumed, even as its very life force is sucked into the sphere itself for Klauth to feed on at his leisure. Okay, so, a warning. Lest you displease the Master and suffer his terrible wrath, should a dead dragon's body be absorbed, the sphere must be destroyed immediately. If it is mistakenly presented to Klauth, he may devour the essence of the dead worm, poisoning him and dealing him his awesome might a crippling blow. I'll have to... Can't really appreciate it fully till I get to this dragon sphere. But that is possibly a means of weakening Klauth, so we can destroy it. I don't think that there's anything else here, is there? Besides hot lava or magma. It would be something like this, I would assume. You need a dead dragon's body. Alright, back to up above, where we can go into the next cave. Next cave right here. What will it be this time? Fire giants? More? Slod? Are those zombies? No. Oh, maybe. It's like one T though. Ah. traps everywhere. Wanti. Sorcerers. Should present easier targets. And I was right. Ooh. There's a dragon right here. Can't move. Dragon's not even acknowledging we are here. It's a blue one. Well, I would like to move, but... wait for this to subside. Okay. Is this within the ritual? Is this dragon fully there? Like it was just a hatchling a short while ago? Dragon? Zzz. I don't quite think it's conscious. Looks like this could be where the ritual is. If we kill the dragon and present the sphere to Clouth. It's this fountain. Ugh. Dragon sphere. Alright. So this might possibly be how we weaken Clouth. So there's a pedestal over there. Dragon orb pedestal. Let me just look at this first. Would that be where the dragon sphere is supposed to go? Well, if we can do it... well, we have to kill this creature. This may not be easy. I should be closer. Can't be in front of it where it can use its breath. You're too close, Grimno. War domain powers. I hit it. Come on, Grimno.
Feel the chill touch of
Poison. Grimno's been feared. My spider's dead. Maybe this pet would help. What do we have here? Water elemental. Well, this poison's not affecting me. It's killed. Really? One hit from a water elemental and it's dead. Poison didn't affect me at all. Alright, let's get on with what we were doing. The sphere, and put it inside the pedestal. Dragon sphere. There. This should weaken Clouth. Grimno. Is that dwarf? He's still feared from it. He is. Dragon blood. Just have to wait for the enchantment to wear off of him. Can't wait to get out of this cavern. I mean, I like a warm climate, but not like this. Alright, according to the map, there is one more cave to the south of here. Don't know how well this water elemental will do in the fire caves like this. I assume the red dragon is here. Nothing outside. Ah, triggered a trap. Any more of them? Nope. Ah, what was that? Ah. Like I'm not hot enough as it is. Sweating underneath all this armor. Ah. Okay. No more traps. Got one. That must be Clouth, the red dragon. If I present this dead dragon sphere, it should weaken him. The sphere radiates a powerful heat, and on closer inspection there appears to be a winged shape lying motionless beneath a smooth, dark surface, the captured essence of a dead dragon. You must be Clouth.
So, at last you have come. I assume my fire giant servants are dead. No matter. They are of little consequence to me. I can find other servants. Perhaps even you will serve.
Ha! I don't think so. I only serve one, a dark lady.
Come closer. I will not harm you. These last days of the eons of my life pass slowly now, and I would speak with you to break the monotony.
So, just to clarify, you are Clouth, are you not? I am Clouth, Worm of the North, oldest of the dragons, greatest of the mortal creatures who walk the realms. My power and my knowledge know no bounds. So, how do you know my name? I am as old as time itself. The infinite wisdom of eternity is mine to command. Your name and your deeds are known to me, Ivaldis Tall, and I shall remember them long after history has forgotten you. Well, I want to ask you some questions. I am Clouth, the ancient worm. I know much that is hidden. I even know you seek the words of power, remnants of the creator race, so you can save the city you call Neverwinter. Ask your question of Ivaldis Tall, and I shall answer if it pleases me. Tell me about the words of power. The words are ancient, fashioned by the creator race when even I was young. The power of the words is great. Once I even thought their magic could sustain me, though I know better now. The magic of the words is not the sort I need to prolong my life, and so the words of power sits in my hoard, as meaningless as all the other material treasures I have collected over eons of time. I know you desire the word, Ivaldis Tall, and it is of no use to me, so I will give it to you in trade. Really? Trade? What kind of trade? There is only one thing I desire, and that is to prolong my life. I perform dark rituals to feed my essence, and for these rituals I need the eggs of other dragons. Bring me these treasures, and I will give you the word of power. Where can I find these dragon eggs? In the lair of the female dragon, of course. I know there are a few who still dare make their nests in these mountains. Return to me with dragon eggs, and I shall give you the word of power. How do I know I can trust you? Beside me, you are so insignificant that it would be beneath me to betray you. But if this is not assurance enough, you do not have to undertake the task. I can find others to bring me the dragon eggs. I'll think about your offer, but right now I have some more questions for you. Ask your question of all this tall. Tell me about the creator race. This land was not always ice and snow. Once it was steaming jungle ruled over by a race of powerful, ruthless lizardmen who forced the lesser creatures, all of you humans, dwarves, and elves, to serve them as slaves. But the land changed. The world grew cold. The old ones died out and became a forgotten legend in the mists of time. Now all that remains is the legacy of their glory, the words of power. Do you know anything about Mogrim and his cult? Mogrim and his cult are nothing, a single drop of water in the ocean of history. He dreams of greatness, with the legacy of the creator race, and claiming the words of power, but they are the dreams of a fool. His people came to me seeking the word of power, but I sent them away. Mogrim is blind with ambition, consumed by an insane lust for power. I will not deal with a madman. I have too much to lose. What do you mean, too much to lose? My continued existence is my only concern. Mogrim and his followers could not recognize my grandeur. All the same, they possess just enough power to be a threat to me. That's why I sent them away. Well, I have searched far and wide, and I happen to have an essence sphere here. Ah, an essence sphere with the soul of a full-grown dragon already trapped within me to feast upon. Give it to me of all this, and I shall reward you with a mountain of gold for my vast hoard. Well, I was hoping for a more substantial reward than gold. A powerful magic item, perhaps? You have performed a simple task of all this. It required no great risk or capabilities on your part. If the gold I offer is not to your liking, keep the sphere for yourself. I can make other orbs and find other servants. Here, take the orb. Here's your reward of all this, 5,000 gold pieces. Now I must savor the sweet essence of life.
Betrayal. The tainted essence of a dead dragon. Now you will die.
We shall see. You're now poisoned and weakened. Hey, we have a dragon to kill. Another one. Potion of speed. Come on, attack. It's already badly wounded. Got him. We're hitting him good. A little bit more. Another one. Another one. One for me. Another one for you. More. Ah, you got him. Whew. What a battle. I doubt the two of us would have defeated him if he was at full strength. Alright. I have Klaus' head. More dragon blood. A key. Gold. Look at this. We need to find those eggs. Unidentified longbow. 4,500 gold. Potion of heal. Armor unidentified. Time stop. Nice mage scrolls. Horrid wilting. Sell those for a good amount. Where are the eggs, though? I assume they're in here. Word of power. That's what I really came for, though. Light flail.
The third word is yours. But time is short and Morag stirs.
Head drilling.
The city you call Neverwinter is under siege.
Is
Soon
it?
It will fall to Morgrim, and he will possess the Source Stone.
So while we've all been up here to the north, they've been getting ready to assault Neverwinter, huh? Morag, you mentioned her once before.
Morag was the queen of my people. The old ones, the creator race. It was she who created the Source Stone when the world became cold and the snow covered the land. Morag used the words to put her people into a deep hibernation when the cold winter came, imprisoning the heat of the steam fissures in the magical Source Stone, and her and all her people with it.
Why would she imprison herself inside the Source Stone?
The old ones could not survive the coming of the winter storm. Morag sought a shelter where she could escape the death of ice and cold.
That kind of explains why they went into a long hibernation, 10,000 years.
Within the Source Stone, Morag would gather her strength year after year, century after century. When her power waxed full, we word slaves would awaken the queen to banish the never-ending winter.
She's not awake then. So, you think if Morag awakes, she'll turn the north into a tropical jungle?
The Source Stone is buried beneath the streets of Neverwinter. And even in its dormant state, the magical heat radiating from within keeps the city habitable during the coldest blizzards. Imagine what will happen when the power is awakened fully and released. Those who survive the global warming will become slaves to the creators. And I will be bound to the words of power once more. I will not allow this to happen.
So, you're doing this because you are against the slavery. Being enslaved once again. That makes sense too. Now I see why this has all happened. How did Morgrim become involved in all this?
Something has awakened Morag's spirit. Though her body and true power remain trapped in the Source Stone for now. She speaks to Morgrim through projections, as I am speaking to you. Morgrim serves her, a pawn blinded by her promises of rewards and power. The plague was the first step in Morag's return. Each death fed the Queen's power, bringing her closer to a true awakening.
Aren't you a bag full of answers today?
Now, Morgrim seeks to claim the words of power the Lord's Alliance has hidden in Castle Never to complete the awakening. If he succeeds, Morag will bring complete and utter devastation to the north.
Complete and utter devastation. Sounds serious.
You must return to Neverwinter before the city falls. Speak to the one you call Aaron Gend. I will try to meet you there.
You will. In front of everybody. Alright then. Yet I still don't have the dragon egg. Maybe he's consumed them all. I mean, I did make a bargain with Gorgotha, the Gold Dragon. The servants of Clouth, an ancient red worm, have been attacking the lair of the Gold Dragon Gorgotha. In exchange for Clouth's head, Gorgotha has offered a share of her treasure hoard. Alright. I assume he consumed the eggs. Which means we might as well take this portal out of here. Back outside. Well, I do believe we've done everything out here. There's no point then. I'll have to go back to Gorgotha. Let's go search, just find her lair. Gorgotha, we've returned.
I smell blood and something else. Something foul. You have the head of Clouth, the ancient red worm. Give it to me, that I might see the proof of his death with my own eyes.
I am honored to give you the worm's head, mighty Gorgotha. The terror of Clouth has been ended. No longer will his minions raid my lair. The evil power of the ancient worm has been broken. We dragons are loath to part with our treasure hoard, but you have earned your reward. Take this, the premier item of all the treasures I have collected. Foolish to upset a dragon. I thank you for this generous gift, mighty Gorgotha. Now, my little hero, is there anything else I can do for you? I'll be going now. Then go with my blessing, human creature. I cannot thank you enough for slaying Clouth and preserving my eggs. Let's get out of here. We have what we need. The last word of power. We need to return to Erengend, but if Neverwinter really is being attacked, how quickly it's going.
Hey, I'll tell you.
Hey, I need to purchase some things. Let's see. Shadow Legion armor. Interesting, but not for me. This armor. Red Dragon armor. Bonus against fire. This might be better than what I have. I definitely can't use this Elven Court bow, but hopefully it will sell for a good amount. Right. I think that's it. Word of power. Let's see. Oops. It is superior to what I was wearing. Copper dragon armor. Now I have red dragon armor. Red cloak, red dragon armor. Interesting. I'll sell this old armor to you, since I no longer need it. Or do I need this ritual book? Ugh. Put it down. I should have enough healing potions left. Potion of heal. Yeah, I've got plenty. Well, you can take things like sapphire. Unidentified belt, huh? Ceremonial Uthgard belt. Immunity to death magic. Sell the scrolls. I have a lot of gold now. Anything else I'll sell later. Let's go. Go speak to Erengend. Aaron.
I have just received the latest reports from the battlefield, and things are grim. The walls of Neverwinter have been breached, and the Lord's Alliance has retreated to Castle Never under the onslaught. Erebeth, with her intimate knowledge of our strategies, crushes our forces in every encounter. Half the city is under the control of her Luskan forces. And what of your mission? Have you found the success our troops have not?
I have another of the words of power here.
Finally, some good news. And not a moment too soon. Even now, I am preparing to leave for Castle Neverwinter, to help ensure the words I sent there for safekeeping are not captured by Erebeth.
Erebeth will have to be taken care of.
I might as well open my coffers to you before we go. The money was meant to fund the defense of the city, and you seem to have done more for that cause than anyone else. Better I give the funds to you than let the Luskan forces loot them.
What if they kill me and loot me?
You have done well. Take this reward of 4,500 gold coins. You have earned it, and there is more where that came from. If you accompany me to Neverwinter, to aid in defending the city. The Lord's Alliance desperately needs someone such as you.
Yes. The Creator race needs to be stopped, using Mogrim to create a new world for themselves, like the old world that used to be. Alright, you wouldn't happen to have any spare magical equipment that might prove useful in the defense of Neverwinter, would you?
All our weapons and armor have been sent to the battlefronts, unfortunately. The only thing I have left are these potions. I was going to give them to my most trusted operatives to use in their efforts to defend Neverwinter. Now that I think about it, however, you could probably make better use of them.
Maybe.
Time grows short. We must return to Castle Never to defend its walls and the words of power within from Erebeth and Malgrim. We will leave right now if you are ready.
I suppose I'm ready.
I only hope we are not too late.
The words of power, the tools of a creator race. Hadrian spoke of them as though they could shape worlds, and perhaps they had. With these in hand, victory would not be far behind, or so it was thought. While Eringend searched for the ancient relics, Mogrim's army pressed their attacks against Neverwinter. Their dark magics and sheer numbers soon overwhelmed the defenders. The betrayer, Erebeth, was at the forefront when the walls were breached. The words of power, once thought safe within Castle Never, were in danger of falling to the enemy. And behind the invasion, an even greater evil, Morag, Queen of the Old Ones, had awoken.
Greetings, I am Lord Nasher.
We meet again. As you know, I am Nasher Alagonda, Lord of Neverwinter. I was once an adventurer like you, though that was long ago. Erin Gend tells me you have done much in the defense of our city. For this I thank you, though I fear it was all in vain.
We need to move the Lord's Alliance to help save the city.
Erebeth knows our defenses too well. We could not stand against her forces. The enemy has breached our walls. All is lost.
Do not give up hope, my lord. We still have the words of power after all.
And what good has that done, Erin? We have no way to use them. Whatever magic is locked within those stone tablets is of no use to us.
Perhaps Hadrian will reveal their secret to us, if you release her from the dungeons.
Release her? You have her?
I don't trust that creature, Erin, and neither should you. We have done her no harm. If she was truly our ally, she would tell us what she knows.
Hadrian told us about the secret door beneath Castle Never. Without her, we would never have found the Source Stone.
And what good has that done, Erin? That creature won't tell us anything about it. The Source Stone is as useless to us as the words of power.
Perhaps Hadrian will speak to our champion. She has spoken with them before.
Might as well try it.
Enough, Eren. Now, if you want to speak to Hadrian, you are free to do so. But I will not release her from the dungeon while an enemy is within our city gates. Personally, I think this is all a waste of time. Words of power, the Source Stone, Hadrian. What good is this against Erebeth's army? Our fate is sealed. We are all doomed.
Former adventurer and now Lord of Neverwinter, and you give up so easily. Lord Nasher, may I ask you some questions?
After all you have done for the city, the least I can do is answer your questions. Although Gend probably knows more than I do.
What can you tell me about Hadrian?
We captured the lizard woman slinking around the city shortly after Luskan attacked. After Erebeth's betrayal, I'm not too trusting. So we are keeping her locked in a cell in a dungeon. She was hissing and babbling about Mogrim wanting the words of power and the Source Stone. But we couldn't get much else out of her. She's half mad, I fear, and doesn't seem to trust us. Gend seems to think she might trust you, though. You're free to speak with her in the dungeons if you wish.
Can you let Hadrian out of the dungeon?
I'm sorry, but I won't do that. Not while there's an enemy inside the city. She might be an ally, but it's just as likely she's a spy.
If you're doomed, what do you have to lose?
Besides, we aren't doing her any harm, only keeping an eye on her. And if she has information to help us, she should be willing to share it whether we keep her in prison or not.
Okay, so she's in the dungeon.
She's locked away in the castle dungeon. Just head south and down the stairs.
South and down the stairs. I'd like to ask you something else.
Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
What can you tell me about the words of power that were brought here earlier?
I've given them to Master Ford, Chief Archaeologist of Neverwinter. He seems to think there's some link between the words and the Source Stone. Initially, I hoped he could figure out how to unleash their power, but even as wise as Master Ford is, he hasn't been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone.
Where can I find Master Ford?
Since we discovered the Source Stone in the secret chambers beneath Castle Never, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can go speak to him to see what he's discovered if you wish, though you might have more luck getting information from that creature Hadrian if you can get her to talk.
All right.
Gend can probably answer your questions.
What can you tell me about the Source Stone?
When we first captured Hadrian, she said something about the Source Stone and secret chambers beneath Castle Never. She sounded half crazy, but I thought it was worth looking into.
And that's how you found the Source Stone, so she gave you a clue and helped already.
I put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of the search. He unearthed a previously undiscovered chamber beneath the castle. Inside was an enormous crystalline boulder, the Source Stone. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford.
I'd like to ask you something else.
Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
What's the latest news from the battle lines?
The reports are grim. In the initial assault, Luskan overwhelmed us with sheer numbers and the unbridled ferocity of their attack. The defenders were forced to fall back to the city core. Erebeth knew our defenses too well. We never stood a chance. My troops are loyal, but against such odds, there's little hope. It's only a matter of time until Castle Never itself falls.
What if I could kill Erebeth and Mogrim?
It is too late for that, I fear. Our defenses are already broken. The damage has been done.
So, what are you going to do? Wait for them to enter your throne room and to kill you? You have to fight to the end.
If Erebeth and Mogrim were both slain, there is a chance it might break the spirits of the Luskan invaders. But I wouldn't count on
Well,
it.
it's better than just giving up.
The Luskans attacked with a rage and ferocity I have never seen before. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. Or perhaps this is justice of a sort. Neverwinter may have brought this doom upon itself.
What do you mean?
The blood of Fenthic is on my hands. After the plague, the mob cried for blood, and I gave it to them. Fenthic was guilty only of trusting Desta. He was no enemy of Neverwinter.
That doesn't mean your city should be doomed and all of Faerun doomed as well.
And yet I saw him hanged for failing to protect the city, as was his sworn duty. Can we really be so surprised Erebeth betrayed us after we executed her lover?
You follow the law, Lord Nasher. You had no choice.
That is what I tell myself over and over, but the words are hollow to my own ears. I only wanted to do what was best for Neverwinter, to heal the wounds left by the Wailing Death. Yet even as I passed sentence on Fenthic, I knew in my heart it was wrong. This was not justice.
If you felt that way, maybe you shouldn't have done it then.
Fenthic died to feed the city's lust for revenge. And now Neverwinter shall fall to an army that was raised to feed Erebeth's own vengeance. Perhaps that is justice.
If you feel that way, perhaps you can atone for what you've done.
I fear it is too late for that. Fenthic is dead and Erebeth... Perhaps if I were given the chance to pass judgment again, I would act differently, more mercifully.
Are you able to go back in time and change things?
But I fear that chance shall never come. I must live with the burden of what I have done, as must my city. Neverwinter will fall.
You seem determined to have this seen through. I'll ask you something else if you don't mind, my lord.
Gend can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
I'm interested in knowing more about you, Lord Nasher.
Once, I was an adventurer like you. Were the situation not so desperate, I would call upon the court bards to sing you tales of my exploits.
I wouldn't want that even if it wasn't desperate.
But I am long since retired. I am ruler of Neverwinter now, and my life is one of administrative duties and the delegation of responsibility. Hardly the stirring stuff of legends. I miss those days of glory and heroism, but I gave them up to serve the city I love. Alas, my sacrifice was all in vain. Neverwinter will fall, and I can do nothing about it.
Stop saying that, because if it falls, I have to fall with it. And so does possibly all of Toril. I should be going now.
Of course, of course. But before you go, maybe Gend is right. Maybe you should go speak to this Hadrian creature.
I believe that is the correct course of action right now.
I doubt it will do much good, but maybe, just maybe, she knows something that can save us. We're desperate, after all.
Yeah, but you seem to have already given up.
Any important information you come across should be reported directly to Eren Gend. I've placed him in charge of the defense of the city.
Well, at least he's competent. She said to the south. Eren?
These are indeed dark times, though not so dark as Lord Nasher portrays them. The people of Neverwinter are made of sterner stuff than any of us imagine. But if Neverwinter is to survive, we must all play our part. My place is here by Lord Nasher's side. I must oversee every aspect of the defense of the city. And your own part is one you know all too well. You must save Neverwinter once more. Though how you might accomplish this, I cannot say. Perhaps the creature Hadrian knows something of this.
I have questions.
I once knew every secret in this city. But these are turbulent times, and even I am left stumbling in the dark. Yet, I will tell you whatever I can.
Alright, do you know anything about Hadrian?
She arrived here shortly after the third word of power was delivered to Castle Never. Lord Nasher suspected she was a spy, and had her imprisoned in the dungeons.
I know all that.
After Erebeth's betrayal, he has grown overly cautious, and I fear it has made Hadrian mistrustful of us. She did tell us about the Source Stone beneath the castle, but nothing beyond that. Maybe you could try speaking to her. She trusts you, and I sense there's something important she's not telling us about the words of power and that Source Stone.
I'd like to ask something else.
I'll do my best to help you.
What can you tell me about the words of power?
Lord Nasher gave them to Master Ford, chief archaeologist of Neverwinter. He believes there is a link between the words and the Source Stone. But Master Ford has not been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone, unfortunately.
I know it's south of the dungeon, but where was Master Ford again?
Ever since we unearthed the stone beneath the castle, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it.
Yes.
You can speak to him yourself if you want to know more. Although I suspect you would find talking to Hadrian more productive.
I'll talk to them both. We are desperate, as it would seem. I'd like to ask about something else.
I'll do my best to help you.
Oh, what have you found out about the Source Stone?
Hadrian told us about the Source Stone and secret door beneath Castle Never. As Spy Master, I'm embarrassed to admit, I never suspected there were hidden chambers beneath our dungeons before this. When we found the stone, Lord Nasher put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of studying it. But so far, the Source Stone has refused to give up its secrets. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford.
Alright, where can I find him?
Ever since we unearthed the stone,
Yes, you told me
can
that.
speak to him yourself if you want to know more.
I guess I gotta look for him.
Although I'll do
Ask
my
about
best
something
to
else.
help you.
What's the latest news from the battle lines?
Things have calmed since the initial onslaught. The defenders fell back to the city core, but I do not know how long we will be able to hold it. We are badly outnumbered, and Erebeth knew every inch of this city. All her knowledge is being used against us now.
As I asked Lord Nasher, what if I could kill Erebeth and Mogram?
I doubt it would help. Erebeth has likely shared our every weakness with all her generals by now. If Mogram were killed, it might break the enemy's spirit. Though in truth that also seems unlikely.
Worth a try.
Normally Luskan forces are but cowards and raiders. They hit and run. This time, however, something is different. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. And there is a pall lingering in the air. A dark cloud hanging over all the defenders and driving them to despair.
It's the creator race. Morag. What do you mean?
Surely you must feel it. There is a shadow over Neverwinter. A curse that drags down morale and inspires our enemy.
Are you saying that that's the reason for Lord Nasher, Alaklandar, to act as if we were already defeated?
Perhaps on some level. The people of Neverwinter feel they deserve to suffer.
Huh.
I know Lord Nasher feels such guilt at least, for what happened to Fenthic.
You merely followed the law, but I believe if it will make him feel better, and perhaps change how things will progress from here on, perhaps he can atone for what he's done.
For all our sakes, I hope he is given that chance. Is there something else I might do for you?
I have one more question.
I'll do my best to help you.
I'm interested in knowing more about Lord Nasher.
He was once a great adventurer, you know. I wish you could have known him then. A true hero in all his magnificent glory. He is a different man now. Still a good man, but the bureaucracy and responsibility of leadership weigh heavily on him. He has grown somber and serious. And now, in Neverwinter's darkest hour, I fear he has given in to complete despair. Erebeth's betrayal, the guilt over Fenthic's execution, the slaughter of his people. Sometimes the burden on Lord Nasher is too great.
But is it, though? Or is it this Morag who's cast this spell over the city? If it wasn't for Fenthic, maybe it was something else that he'd feel guilty about. That's how these things work.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. There is little we can do for him, other than trying to save the city. Is there anything else?
I should be going now.
You should speak to Hadrian before you go. Maybe she will tell you something about the Source Stone or the Words of Power. My instincts tell me that she is the key if Neverwinter is to be saved. And I have learned to trust my instincts.
My lord. I guess we go south. He said to go south of the dungeon, but could have been... I think we passed by the door. Definitely don't want to leave this castle yet. There's a library in there. Hadrian, I believe, is the key, as Aaron Gend had already alluded to. Alright. Hadrian, speak.
I have been waiting for you. These other warm bloods are weak. I do not trust them.
I take it as a compliment.
They are weak. Like the ones you call Erebeth and Mogrim.
Oh, really?
They cannot stand against the creators. Now that Morag stirs within the Source Stone.
So you deem me more powerful than everybody that we face. That is a compliment.
Mogrim has unlocked the magic of the words of power. The old ones awake, and the world you know shall be no more.
But we have the words of power. They're safe here in Castle Neverwinter.
3 of the words
Never.
are
Castle
here
Never.
in this castle. But there are 4 words of power in all. Mogrim has found the final word, strongest of them all.
Wish I was told that there was a 4th one.
I came here to warn your people against Morag's return, but the Warmbloods do not trust me. They cast me into this dungeon.
Warm bloods, huh?
Do not waste time trying to free me from this prison. It serves no purpose. Instead, you must help me stop Morag's return before the old ones awake and I am made a word slave once more.
What must I do?
The 4th word is close. I can feel its power. Mogrim and Erebeth brought it here to this city you call Neverwinter. Bring the word to me. I am Hadrian, leader of the word slaves. With the final word, I can break Morag's power and trap her forever inside the Source Stone.
There's no way to destroy her, just trap her, huh? She will possibly free herself in a future time, if that is the case. But I won't be around, hopefully, to see that. I want to ask you some questions.
You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions.
Tell me about Mogrim.
Mogrim is nothing but a foolish pawn. Morag twists and warps his mind, and in the end she will destroy him. My queen has promised him power. But when the old ones awake, he will be enslaved with the rest of the lesser races.
Figures. More questions. Tell me about Erebeth.
The one you call Erebeth has fallen under Morag's spell. Some terrible fate left her vulnerable to Morag's corrupting evil. My queen touched her mind through her dreams, feeding a dark and festering hatred
Fed
until
on
it
guilt.
consumed all else. Erebeth is a slave to Morag's evil now.
I don't know if it's disturbing or not, but from the sounds of it, Mogrim and Erebeth have lost control of themselves. They're not of their own free will. Actually, that is disturbing, because it could happen to everyone, and that's probably how the Creator race controlled people. More questions.
You're kinder.
Tell me about
cute.
you.
I am Hadrian, handmaiden of Morag, and last of the word slaves. When my people vanished, my kind were left behind, bound to the will of our mistress by the power of the words. Forced to survive the endless winter, we word slaves grew strong in our torment. We broke the magic bonds of our fell queen and found our freedom.
Thankfully.
We scattered the words of power so the old ones might never wake to enslave us again. But Morgrim has disturbed the Source Stone, and Morag stirs once more.
Couldn't you have destroyed them? More questions.
You're kinder.
Tell me about Morag and the Old Ones.
Long ago, when even the elves were young, the world was hot and jungle covered this frozen waste. This was the time of my people, the creator race, the Old Ones. The Old Ones enslaved the lesser races, and all bowed to us. And the terrible power of Morag, our queen. But then the long winter came. To survive, Morag placed her people into a deep hibernation within the Source Stone, to await the day they might rise and reclaim what was once theirs.
Another question or two.
You're kinder ever curious.
Tell me about the words of power in the Source Stone.
Morag created the Source Stone with the power of the words, capturing the essence of fire within the gem, even as the world began to grow cold around her people.
No, you've told me this already.
Morag placed her people in a deep hibernation within the Source Stone's core. In her slumber, the Queen's power grew, so one day she might use the words to rise again and banish the endless winter. If Morag fully awakes, the true power of the Source Stone will be unleashed. This land of ice will become steaming jungle, and the Old Ones will return to enslave the lesser races, as they did at the dawn of time.
Another question.
You're kinder ever curious.
How do I know I can trust you?
You must trust me. If not, Morag will awaken the Old Ones, and Neverwinter will be destroyed.
I don't think I'm in a position to argue. I have no choice but to trust you. I will return once I have the final word of power.
You must hurry. With each passing hour, Morag's power grows. Soon, I will not be strong enough to stop my queen from awakening her people.